Greetings, this is Dr. Douglas Maurer from iMedical Apps with another medical app review. Today we're taking a look at one of my favorite apps, the Natural Medicines Comprehensive Database. This app is produced by the makers of one of my favorite apps of all, the Prescriber's Letter. You can see I have these side by side here on my phone. I am an avid reader of the Prescriber's Letter and find myself using the Natural Medicines Database all the time in clinic since patients love to take supplements. So let's take a look. So you can simply search the database. There's an interaction checker between medications as well as supplements, an effectiveness checker to see just how effective is this supplement that they're taking. You can look at how many products in the app are USP certified or verified products, meaning they're supposed to actually contain what they claim they contain. Although, again, there's no necessarily evidence that they work. Some alternative treatments. You can also look by diseases and conditions, etc. The website is also fabulous. It has even more information. So if you are a subscriber, you get access to both. Note that the price is $14.99 a month for individual subscribers. There are institutional and group subscriptions that you can get. So let's take a look. So if you want to do something simple like just search the database, you could type in, as they say here, any product, ingredient, disease. So if it's a brand name product, you can type that in versus, say, if we just want to look at black, and you can see all the different things that start to come up just by typing that word in. So you could type in black cohosh, for example. The ones that are in all caps, those are the monographs on just the ingredient, whereas some of these other ones are brand name types of black cohosh, as well as you can see here, so Nature Made, for example, or Nature's Best, rather, versus if you just want to learn about black cohosh, you can click on that. You can see all the different ones that they carry in that database, and so you could look at those individually. You can see there's just an amazing number of black cohosh varieties that are out there. So instead, just want to look at the monograph, similar to what you find, say, in Hippocrates or another drug guide, kind of common classification. So what do people actually use black cohosh for? So it kind of gives you the ideas of what it's supposed to be used for, issues with safety, talks about pregnancy, lactation, is it effective, gives summaries of the evidence for the different potential indications that black cohosh can be used for, how it works, adverse reactions. You can see it goes on and on and on. Even has some editor's comments. And it's updated frequently. Literally before I opened it for this review, it did an update. So I held off until the update was over because it takes about a minute or so for that update to take. So that's just one example of just looking up an ingredient in the search the database function. So for interaction checker, then you can add items, right? So then we can put in black cohosh if we wanted to, and add in, say, warfarin. And shockingly, it didn't find any interactions. You can look at other supplements. Maybe let's try adding in St. John's wort. And now you see an interaction between St. John's wort and Coumadin, since they both use the cytochrome P450s. So pretty strong warnings there not to mix those up. So that's where that could really potentially save a patient's life. Effectiveness checker. So you could type in, as they say, a disease, let's say diabetes. And these are all the kind of natural medicines that may work for diabetes. I like how beer is on there. You can see all these different ones. Chromium. I had a classmate in medical school who was a huge fan of chromium for patients. Whether or not this is clinically significant, you can kind of take a look there, but then you can go to the chromium monograph and read more about that ingredient. It's a really nifty way of searching through as you can see, a database that contains over 1,100 different monographs on supplements and thousands of other products. I also like this USP verified product. So these are the ones that have at least claimed they actually or contain what they actually claim to contain. Whether or not they work or not, different question. But so, for example, if we wanted to find what glucosamine products are USP verified, you can see here. So Nature Made, they tend to make a lot of supplements that have this USP verification. And it talks to you about, what is this United States Pharmacopoeia Dietary Supplement Verification Program? And it gives you some ideas about it. You can link out. I have this link on the app review, by the way, that talks more about it, so you can read about it there. But it's at least nice to know if someone's going to buy a supplement, I would encourage them to get a USP verified product. And this app will show you which ones have that seal of approval, if you will. Alternative treatment. So it's not just medications. There's also information here on, say, acupuncture and a whole monograph similar to what you find with the supplements on all these different. I'm curious, being a DIC chiropractic, I wonder if they have anything about osteopathic manipulation, for example. Yes, there you go. So interesting to see, as you can see, most of their manipulation, not a ton of great information, or at least certainly mixed when it comes to back pain, for example. So you can just take a look. It's not just drugs, but the fact they've got all these alternative treatments in here as well. It's pretty neat. You can see here some other ways, Canadian products, fixed herbal. There's an advanced search function, and realize that you can get all this stuff and more on their website as well. So it's a fabulous app. Whether or not you want to pay that much for it is kind of up to you. So some things I liked about it: thousands and thousands of monographs and product descriptions. It gives you some evidence-based medicine for each thing, including that rating system that you saw. The subscription includes access to their website. It's available for Android, which is nice to see. It can be confusing sometimes to decide, is that a monograph or is this just an ingredient or a product? There are some brands and products that I've found just when patients will bring stuff in that I don't see in the app. It tends to have 90% of what I look up, but occasionally I'll find something that a patient has picked up at Walmart or GNC or wherever that I just can't find in the app. There is a way, though, of emailing them if you do find something, and they'll look it up and add it to the database, which is pretty